Welcome back to the Expressions of Destiny podcast. This is Jennifer. Today is Teachable Tuesday, so let's get down to business. I wanted to tackle this topic again of networking. Networking is one of my favorite topics other than customer service, and mainly because when it comes to entrepreneurship, small business owners, your visions, your dreams, we have to know how to network. We have to know how to communicate with people. That communication is what establishes that relationship. And if we don't know how to do that, then we're pretty much like that kid that's sitting in the corner not willing to speak to anybody because we're so nervous and concerned about what they're going to think about us, that we don't just boldly stand up and talk about who we are, what we do, and let people know that we're here to help them. It's not about gaining a client or a customer. It's about how can I serve you? How can I help you? And so I wanted to tackle this phrase that we hear a lot. And I actually just received an email the other day with a link to a podcast or a program or something. And the title said that it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And this was in regards to networking. And in my opinion, it's kind of the wrong message to put out there. Because by saying it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. Yes, we do network for the purpose of getting to know other business owners, for the purpose of, building our business, gaining clientele, receiving referrals, being able to refer others. But that's where we get to this line about where it states it's not about what you know. What you know is very important. What you know is the reason why you're at that networking event, because you too are a business owner. You too are there to share your knowledge of what you have learned, of who you have served, of what you have been able to do to add value to somebody else's business or life. And so to say that it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know, is jumping into that mindset of, let me just get in here and see who I can meet that will be able to help me climb to the top and become successful. But we have to work for that. We have to be willing to demonstrate our skills and our knowledge of what it is that we know. Another phrase that I just recently saw this week was, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. And so we go from this, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, to it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. And so once again, it's kind of a twisted phrase or a twisted way of thinking that now it's not about who you know, but now who knows you. And that can be taken a little more positively because you want people to get to know you. You want people to know who you are. So it's taking the focus off of not about who you know. Let's not try to, friend our way to the top. But now I want someone to know me for who I am. And that is the main purpose in networking. We don't walk in there expecting to walk out with, several new clients, that we scored on this big event. I now have revenue coming in, from this one event. It doesn't work like that. We have to attend several times and actually communicate with these people several times after the event. You have to put in the effort to build that relationship so that they know you for who you are. They know you as an individual. They know you in the way that you like to operate. They see what it is that you offer. They see your heart, more importantly, for what it is that you do. And they begin to trust you. And so you can't have a networking event without communication, continued communication that you have to work for, that builds and establishes that relationship. And so now let's go back to how we started. It's not what you know, it's about who you know. And then we move into it's not about who you know. It's about who knows you. It can become quite confusing, right? It's setting these phrases in our head that we remember, and it becomes a bad habit, really. It really becomes that habit that you can't break because you have geared yourself in this mindset of, I need to get in here and obtain, new clients and new business, jobs, work. And networking is simply just communication and relationship. And in time, that communication and relationship brings those clients or may offer you an opportunity to help another business owner. So I want to go back to the very first phrase about it not being about what you know. That will be the most important point that I make today in this episode, is that it is about what you know. What you know, that is the reason why you're there. But also, the thing that I try to remember when attending networking events is it's about what I know and how I can use what I know, my knowledge, to help you. And so when I walk into an event, the conversation will usually be, what can I do to help you? What can I do to serve you? Because right now in the moment, if you want to call it a consultation or a brief meeting at no charge, that's what is so important in that moment. It's an opportunity to talk with other business owners and us be able to share ideas, share our creativity, help with maybe problems and pain points that we have, because we are fellow business owners. We're sitting here just wanting to be able to talk freely about the things that may be a difficulty or a challenge within our business with another business owner. And that other business owner may be in a position to say, listen, wow, okay, I've experienced this before. Have you tried this? Have you done this? Or this is something that really helped my business to grow or to get past that difficult pain point. It's not about what you can get from everybody else. We have to walk in thinking about, what can we give in this moment, in this opportunity? What can I give away? I don't want you to pay me right now. I'm not looking for, a contract. What can I give to you free of charge, from my heart, from my experience, from, the challenges that I've gone through? What can I give to you to help you? Because guess what? Later on, when those challenges may not be solved, or those things may not be going away as quickly as that business owner expected, or maybe they're not quite figuring it out, they will come back to you and ask again, hey, can you come in and help me? Because I've been trying to do this. I just can't get it done, or something's not, coming together. What else can I do? And at that point, it is an opportunity for you to offer your services. But what they're going to remember most of all is that you were willing to give freely from your heart from the beginning. And they've built that relationship with you. They can trust you, and they can know that when you step into that position and they are now going to pay you for your services, that you already proved to them that it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about obtaining that contract. It was about just wanting to help. It was about wanting to add value to them and to help them grow. This is what these networking events should be used for. It's also not a social club just to go and hang out. There needs to be some type of growth and some type of value that is taking place in that event. And so I thought it was very important to bring this to you, because we hear these phrases and we go, oh yeah, that's what I've always heard. That's the way everybody else is doing it. But we don't stop to think about how it's being said. We don't stop to really digest and pick apart those words and say, okay, wait a minute. But what I do know is so important. I've worked hard for what I know. I've studied long for what I know. I have these ideas that other people may not have. I have a different way of thinking. I have this creative side to me that I know can help people. So what I do know is so important. And it's more important than who I know. Because what I do know is going to lead to me knowing more people. It's going to lead to me being in a position to just grow my network of so many other business owners that I can continue to help. And also, looking at that phrase, it's about what I know, is also thinking about the other connections that you have. You may have connections that that person needs. For instance, if it's a business, okay, let's use our business. We offer employee coaching, customer service training, but we come from a position of relationship and communication, bringing those lost links back, linking back together what is most important, which is the relationship between management and their employees. Which, when you link those things back together, or link those people back together, then customer service also thrives. You know, we don't have unhappy employees. We don't have frustrated managers. And so this may be and is what we do, but I may be sitting across from a business owner who is having more of a physical problem within their brick and mortar, business. They may have a water leak. They may have a network system as far as their computers and their security, their cybersecurity, things like that. That is not what I do. That's not what I'm good at. I am not skilled in those things. I can't come and fix your water leak. I can't come and set up cybersecurity. I know nothing about it. But I may know and have a connection of someone that I trust, because I've known them and I've built relationship with them, that I can now refer that person to this business owner and offer that help, because they may be so frustrated with the problem that they just don't have time to try to look for somebody that they trust. They don't want to be, taken advantage of. And so you're able to offer someone or some service that can be trusted to this business owner. Did you gain a client that day? No. Did you help them? Did you help someone else gain a client? Yes. Later on, will this particular business owner come back to you for your services when they see a need for, in our case, employee coaching, customer service training? Maybe. And I would be overjoyed, but as long as it takes, that's fine, because we need certain services at certain times within our business. Just because they don't need you right now doesn't mean that you can't be valuable to them. Just because they don't need that particular product that you have doesn't mean that you can't help them with something else that they may be experiencing. And so as business owners, we have to have more of a giving heart, and be in a position to always be thinking, how can I add value to this other person's business? Because I want to see them succeed and thrive just as much as I want to see my business succeed and thrive. So it's not about, crawling our way to the top by who we know. Start thinking about what it is that you know. Think about what it is that you can offer, and be a blessing to somebody else today. Be a blessing to that business. They may need you in a different capacity than worrying about how much we're going to get paid for it. Because that will come. Trust me. It will come because of that word that I just said, trust. The communication, the relationship building, and the trust. And who knows, they may refer everybody that they know to you, even when they don't need your service. Because every time somebody mentions, I have an employee problem, or I have, my people aren't happy, I want them to immediately think of me and say, I know who to send you to. I know who can help you, because they were so willing to help me in my time of need. And it wasn't even their business. They helped me with something else. They were so willing to give. So I just want to leave that with you today. Because I felt at this point, when we do networking, we talk about networking, we talk about all the different, pros and the cons of networking and how it helps you and how to enter into it. But this right here was a point that needed to be stated on its own, because this is all about our attitude and our reputation and who we are, and just really being true to who we are and showing people who we are. So I hope this helped you today. Drop your comments. Let me know if you have any questions, if it's been helpful to you. And I will talk to you next week. God bless.